Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show, people. Man United podcast meets the Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets Talking That Tottenham Talk podcast. Shout out to everybody who was here initially. Big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid on Casually FC. Big up to my guy Marshall. Big up Surfer as well. The rest of the panelists will be joining this show, obviously hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, Jez representing Tottenham Hotspur, and then you have Surfer and Peter both representing Chelsea. But whether you're watching live right now or watching this back after the live, let's bump up the likes, people, because there's already over 50 of you lot in the building. We're even at double figure likes. So like check 1212. Let's hit that like button first and foremost. On top of that, please continue to share this across all of the socials so we get as many people in here as possible. And subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 7K, people. Road to 7K. And please keep all your questions Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related, please. That's Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur. A lot's gone on with these three clubs, just with even outside of football. A lot's gone on with these three clubs. But yes, Manchester United won today against Wolves. Chelsea drew at home to Nottingham Forest, and Spurs lost 2 away at Aston Villa. And then, like, outside the pitch, like it says in the title, Mauricio Pochettino set to be the new Chelsea boss. At Manchester United, you have all the takeover news. And then at Spurs, Julian Nagelsmann is reportedly turned down Spurs as well. We do have Jez in the building. What are you telling me, Jez? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm just still in the football manager game, but I'm here,
man,
guys.
Do your thing.
What you guys say? What you guys say?
Yeah, man. Big up to... Is that... I call you Ezek. Big up to you. Big up to Warrior J as well. Ed says Viva Ganacho. Casually FC, like I said, make sure you go subscribe to Casually FC as well. Ed says big up the whole Sarcasm City TV family. Warrior J says yes, people in Flawless Voice. HKN. We'll get on to the Ganacho. I'm sure you lot will have questions for me in regards to Jadon Sancho. Really trying to be patient with Sancho, but yeah, he might have to go. United for Life says big up Flawless and everyone in the Sarcasm City building. Viva Ganacho. United for Life says up the fucking Chelsea. Big up to Noz as well. God of Frog saying Lampard out. He's got like 3 games remaining. You'll be calm. CNF says big up Blade Runner, big up Paul T as well. Matthew says flawless. How good is it to actually be able to enjoy a weekend after finally a win again? Yeah, it's only been 1 weekend, but because we lost 2 games in such quick succession, it does definitely feel like it has been a longer period of time. But let's continue to bump up the likes, people. Again, if you want to join the membership, link is in the pinned comment. And if you super chat, I'll get straight to your question or comment as well, people. Where we are. And yeah, Mohammed Prime tweeted me about this. Frank Lampard is just like Ollie playing Kovacic when he's injured. How does this guy manage a football club? I have no idea as to why. He's playing Kovacic injured when you're not fighting for anything. Like, why are you playing a player injured? And why is Kovacic agreeing to it as well? Makes no sense. Warrior J says, I got a question for Jez. Would you say the Villa game was another worst game you saw? So basically one of the worst games. I heard you lot got battered. Obviously, I didn't watch, but this is what I heard.
Well,
this is what the chat was telling me.
I mean, when do we not get battered? That's what I was saying. When do we not get battered? And when Matasa was saying to me, come on. Because which stream was it? I think it was the Q&A just last night or something. And I was saying we're going to lose to Villa.
Yeah, you did say you was going to lose.
I did say we're going to lose to Villa. So, worst game... I've seen worse games than this, to be honest. I think even under different managers, to be honest, I've seen worse games, to be honest. So, no, it was not the worst game.
Well, there we go. Then, because I heard, like I said, the chat was telling me that you lot were being dominated. But
I mean, of course, we get dominated all season. So, like, the question is, like, when do we not get dominated?
Yeah. Ed says, Fez says Newcastle was worse, but Villa definitely wasn't far off. Warrior J says, flawless. I didn't watch the United game, but apparently the Wolves goalkeeper was not Sarr today. No, it wasn't Sarr. It was a goalkeeper called Bentley.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think Sarr was on the bench. Still.
Yeah, I mean, he's been making holders, so it's a good decision by the ref and the coach.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I like when the managers sometimes even do that with goalkeepers that just not in there, don't have their head in the game.
Yeah. Hey, again, you lot, big up. There's over 60 of you lot in the building, but only at 18 likes. Let's bump that up. Let's get up to 30 likes, people. Like, check 1212. Hit that like button as soon as you land because you're clearly enjoying the content. So hit the like button, people. Paul says, didn't see much of the United game. How good was Varane? Defensively fine, on the ball shaky. On the ball, you could tell that he hadn't played for a while because it's not even some of his clearances, never mind some of his passing. He had a shot from like 25 yards out. So, but defensively fine, and we shut down Wolves. I don't think they had a shot. Maybe if they had a shot, one, I don't think they had a shot on target. I don't think they had a shot on target. Big up to HKN Music. Love for the super chat. Says hearing Rashford injury is serious. HKN, can you elaborate further on that? What is the injury? I don't know. I don't know what the injury is. I know, was it his groin? Let me know. I actually don't know what it was. But where did you hear that? His injury. As long as he can play maybe, I don't know, a match before the FA Cup, or even if he can come off the bench in the FA Cup final. That's what we need him. Abdi says, today's game highlighted why we needed a proper number 9. I'm sick and tired of these forwards missing chances. In his defense, Martial didn't miss no chances. Anthony and Sancho were the culprits. There was the one that Anthony, he should have played in Martial earlier, but he took a shot from the edge of the area, the header that he missed, and then the shot Sancho had from about 8 yards out where he tried to go near post. Like, they were the three off the top of my head. I don't remember Martial missing anything, but we all know every game highlights that we need a proper number 9. Not even a proper number 9, because Martial, we need a better number 9, without doubt. No, I didn't see the Leeds fan in the Eddie Howe game. I did not see it.
Bro, the fan just pulled up. So I think Newcastle, they were like in the opposition, Leeds opposition box, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The fan just pulled up out of nowhere in front of Eddie Howe, just pushing him. I was like, yo, where's the security and how did he get there? Like, bro, if the fan was any crazier, it was lucky that it was a 12 p.m. kickoff. Like, if that was a 3 p.m. kickoff, I'd be real, Eddie Howe would have gotten stopped today. Oh, I don't know how he got there. Oh my god.
HKN says, all right, big up for the super chat. Says, my Manchester Connect saying he saw Rashford walking in a boot. Was it not a groin injury? All right, well, he's got time anyway, because the FA Cup final isn't till.
To be fair, sometimes even if you're in
got
the boot,
3 weeks. Yeah, go on.
I mean, even then, sometimes even if you're in the boot, there's just to make sure extra protection doesn't mean automatically that you're out for like long. I've seen players have boot on and come back in like 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, so it could just be that. It could be an extra protection thing. It could be an extra protection thing. Yeah, because I thought it was the re-aggravation of the groin injury. But like I said, I could be wrong. But I'm not worried about that. Would he be a miss? Yeah, but I'm glad to have Garnacho back. Obviously, Garnacho scored the second goal, and the goal that he scored just, what's the word, adds to my argument that I always make about pace and power. That's a pace, not even power. That's a pace goal. If you're not quick, you don't get in a position to score that goal. Don't get me wrong, his composure was incredible. The composure, because he checked and then went back and checked again, and then the finish in off the post. Quality finish. I'm saying initially to get the chance. If you're slower, you don't get there. Or the defender gets back across. But because Garnacho's electric and accelerate away, he scores that goal. Anthony can score that goal. Garnacho can score that goal. Rashford can score that goal. Sancho, for example, can. Martial can. Weghorst can. This is why pace and power is so important in today's game. So important in today's game. And that's why I consistently bang on about pace and power, P&P. Harry Kane don't score that goal, people. See the goal. People say, oh, well, Harry Kane could play the pass. Yes, but we have other players who can play the pass. Like, can you run away from defenders? Ivan Toney scores that goal. Osherman not even scores the goal, gets the chance, sorry. Ivan Toney gets that chance. João Felix doesn't get that chance. Big up Victor in the court as well. You lot continue to get your questions in. Big up HKN again with another super chat. Much appreciated, my guy. He says, Martial could have had a hat-trick if Anthony put him in the first couple of minutes and Eriksen passes to him instead of shooting. What was the Eriksen one, HKN? You'll have to jog my memory. I can't remember the Eriksen one. I know the Anthony one, as I mentioned that, when Anthony took the shot from the edge of the area. But I don't put any of the missed chances on Martial today. I don't think Martial, he wasn't at his best. There were times he didn't hold up the ball as well. But yeah, to my knowledge, I don't remember him missing any chances. And he scored a simple tap-in as well. Like I said, it was so important we won today with Newcastle dropping points, because that now adds extra pressure on them because they got Brighton next week. And also adds pressure to Liverpool playing on Monday away at Leicester. But yeah, big up for the super chat, HKM. Much appreciated. Yeah, his hold-up play wasn't the best. I agree it wasn't. I dropped my guy Victor in the court as always as well. No way did Ziyech play today. Ziyech didn't play for Chelsea today, did he? Not a chance. No way he did. No way he didn't. No way he did, sorry. Paul says, just seen a clip of De Gea. Lucky he didn't catch Juan, and credit to him, he didn't make a meal of it. Are you talking about when he came out of the box? And that wasn't a foul. De Gea did well to pull out of the challenge, to be honest. Big up Surfer in the cut as well. What are you saying, Surfer, man? You good?
Yeah, Ziyech played today. Came under the sub.
Yeah, that's crazy that Ziyech played today. Yeah. That's wild. That is wild.
Trust me,
110%.
I predicted over 3.5 useless balls into the box, long passes. He exceeded.
What did you get?
About 4 or 5 in the end. So, I didn't even put a bet on it.
Should have put a bet on it.
I know.
Well, yeah. Speaking of expected the new Chelsea boss, or next Chelsea boss, I should say, Mauricio Pochettino. He's Mr. Magic, Talk to me. Thoughts, Surfer, let us know.
I've already spoken to you about this. It was more
I know.
relief. Like it's finally like the worst kept secret in football is English football is over. Do you know what I mean? It's like finally it's a weird way to release it though after a 2-2 draw against Forest. Not like last week against like Bournemouth or anything like that. Over like a win. So it's all euphoric and everything like that. But maybe take their mind off things. I'm just glad it's done. I mean, it was sort of like a triple whammy. It was like Matt Law, then Fabrizio, and then the Ornstein dagger in about 25 minutes, all in like a row like that. So it was like triple confirmation. I'm just glad it's over with now. For me, this signifies the league season's over now. The season's over now for me. And I know we've got 3 games left, but we're not going to get relegated. We're not going to get into Europe. We've got literally City, your lot, and Newcastle next. I don't expect us to do anything.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm glad you lot are on the beach because I will be there for that game. So I'm hoping you lot are on the beach.
Next week against City, I think we don't have any fullbacks. Well, Reece James is injured.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to play Asby against City. And then both our left backs are out injured as well.
Both Cucurella and Chilwell are injured.
Yeah, Kante is injured.
Yeah.
Kovacic, he played Kovacic today with an injury and he surprisingly got injured. And he knew about it as well. That's the thing as well. So he's already Kante had 7 months to prep, come back, and Lampard ran him into the ground and injured him. Got a groin injury now. He's out. But yeah, so that's fine because next week I'm fine with us rolling over. I don't really care next week. Yeah. It's for me. Next week's all about the greater good. The greater good to me is to not let Arsenal win this title. So,
first,
so I'm fine. And then your lot, we got your lot. I mean, if you don't beat us, but then again, it's probably got a draw against your lot. We're in all over.
If we draw against you, I'll be pissed. You know what I'm saying? If I go to OT and we draw against you, I'll be pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Then it's Newcastle at the end. But no, back to Poch. Yeah. I think it's a very good appointment on paper. I want to see some reports coming out tonight. Apparently, amazingly, he's linked to Argentinian players. Honestly, God, that's so lazy, isn't it?
Who's he been linked to?
Well, Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper. Yeah, and McAllister from Brighton. I mean, you couldn't.
I forget McAllister's Argentinian all the time. I do forget.
I know, but it's
ginger. No, he's ginger. That's what.
I mean, what would we have done with Nagelsmann? Although he's Austrian, it would have been all players from Germany, wouldn't it? You know what I mean?
Like Kai Havertz extension and
so
stuff.
Lazy.
He's very lazy. Lautaro Martinez incoming. Maybe a Messi link.
I saw that. Yeah, that was it. That's another one as well. Yeah.
Ironically, I think because depending on Inter's financial situation, they might have to sell one of the bigger stars. Now I've seen a report saying how they would be willing out of the bigger stars that he's for sale out of all of them. Ironically, so if Chelsea go and get him, I wouldn't be too shocked to be honest.
Hey, Messi to the bridge, man. I'm with it.
Yeah, well,
I'm talking about Lautaro Martinez.
Oh, you talking about Lautaro Martinez? Yeah, him and Lukaku run it back, man. Serie A winning strike force. What's wrong?
No, that's funny. That's funny.
Big run, man.
I'm laughing in anticipation of that happening. Well, Lukaku coming back anyway. I think that's going to happen.
That's going to be great. Lukaku comes back to Chelsea. The reception he'll get on his first game is going to be so interesting.
I always think it's like a long con from Poch going, "Hey, I know I'm a Tottenham boss, but look who's back.
Yeah.
Look who's over here. I'm going to do my stuff over here. Look who's here. You can focus on your hatred for stuff like that." Woo!
I'm throwing Lukaku under the bus.
Yeah,
Mazza.
that'd be great. But yeah, what else? Yeah, the Mount PR machine. Apparently, he likes Mount and stuff like that. That's great. But if Mount can't agree a contract, he's going.
Nice.
So you know what I mean.
He's a rat.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. So why would you exactly? Where you go? Always find this if he plays his 4-2-3-1 and he wants someone like McAllister, where's Mount going to play? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends. Is Mount going to play in the 10?
You got Enzo there, and you need
Enzo definitely plays in the 6, and you're going to sign a DM.
Another
So
6.
if you sign McAllister, yeah, he's not going to play.
6, and you've got Nkunku coming in. You know,
what is Nkunku? Is he a wide player or is he a 10?
He's a centre forward. He's a centre forward that is more of a second striker kind of player. Like he operates better as a striker. That's what I would say.
Yeah, so you got that. So it's like, when you actually think about it, where does Mount fit in? Apart from maybe the bench.
He fits in at the bench, or he fits in at Anfield. I think he fits.
He fits at Anfield or something like that. And it's like, fine, no problem. Sure. I hope he was watching this game and realizes how much we are in desperate need of a goalkeeper.
Well, yeah, because someone did ask about that as well, and I think I seen your tweet with the Spider-Man meme, and it was Kepa stands versus Mendy stands, and you're saying it's basically the same thing.
And then I did another one, and I did another one of a GIF, and it was the scene from Jurassic Park where they go and the Triceratops, and they go, and it's just a big pile of shit, and it's the same shit. You know, Kepa versus Mendy is just the same shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just like there's no difference, because that's what it was on Twitter, the Chelsea Twitter. It was like, oh, don't ever tell me Mendy's better than Kepa. And it was like, did we just have like a mind fart or something where it's like, did you forget Kepa for the past like 6 months in goal? It's like, yeah, it's like Mendy's made one mistake in one game and Kepa's made a load, but you know, they're both rubbish. So
it is. HKN says, big up for the super chat. He says, I don't rate Lautaro Martinez. Guy's overrated. I don't rate him, but I wouldn't go as far as to say he's overrated. I think people criticize him fairly. I think people have seen it and been like, you're not it. Big up for this super chat as well. HKN, much appreciated. He says, hope Poch signs Kane so United can buy a striker that has something about them. We already have enough bottle jobs. We need a better mentality in the squad. HKN, you are brutal. I appreciate the super chat. You are brutal with your assessment of players, and I do respect it whether I agree or disagree. In terms of Poch won't be signing Kane because Spurs are not going to do business with Chelsea. The only way Kane ends up at Chelsea is if he leaves Spurs on a free next season and then he chooses to go there. I don't see that. In regards to, I agree with you, HKN. I'm not trying to see Kane at Manchester United, and not because I don't even think it's not even my mentality issue with him. Said it before, I say it again. I don't give me slow, non-athletic, non-pace and power attackers. Simple as that. Simple as that. The goal Garnacho, and I was saying this before Server got here, the goal Garnacho scores today just showcases that. Kane don't score that. I know people, but I'm not saying Garnacho's better than Kane. I'm just proving a point that Garnacho makes that chance because of his pace. That's what I need to say. Kane doesn't even make that a chance. People say, oh, well, Kane could play him the ball. I don't want my striker dropping off and playing through balls from deep. Like, no. We need to sign 2 other midfielders anyway. We need a bad upgrade on Eriksen, and we need a new number 10 anyway. Yeah, and the price as well, HK, and I'm not with the price point. And because he's not been the difference maker for Spurs, I worry about him being the difference maker for Manchester United. That's my concern.
I think he stays at Spurs.
I think he stays at Spurs.
I believe he's going to do something he hasn't done before and just let him run down his contract.
It is.
That's what it's going to do.
See it. Hey, you lot continue to get your questions in. Just please keep a Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. If you super chat, I will get straight to it. Over 100 of you lot in the building, but we're only at 30 likes. What are we doing? Girls up to 50 likes, people. We're looking for 20 more likes. And subscribe to the channel. There's over 100 of you lot in the building. Let's see if we have had some new subscribers, but have we hit that first subscriber mark of 6,430? No, we haven't. We're at 6,428. We're looking for 2 more subscribers. There's now over 110 of you lot in the building. What are we doing? Like check 1212. Bump up them likes and subscribe as well. And Takaru says Kane walks into every top 6 team. Only City doesn't need him. I agree with you. It's not a question of
It's not a question.
quality. That's not the issue I have with Harry Kane. It's not his quality. It's just that I think there is better fits for Manchester United. You can get better individuals. I'm talking profile. Like that's where it's at.
I don't know if you agree.
Go on.
Us buying Kane goes against the makeup of this squad that we have at the moment. In terms of
elaborate.
Well, he's 29 going on 30, right?
Yeah.
Our squad is like they seem to want to buy players,
Younger
to build up together. It's a winning thing. Also, I don't know about you. I think Kane has now got tunnel vision of this Shearer record. So it's like, I think that is the only thing he's interested in for the remainder of his career. Now, all this talk about he should leave to win trophies. I don't think he cares. I think he's in it for an individual thing. Yeah, he's got to 29-30. He's not won anything. He's going, am I going to win anything really? Maybe I should have done it 2 years. I should have left 2 years. I should have pushed 2 years ago to go to City. I should have pushed to do that. Then I would have done that because he's literally just stat padding now. He scored how many league goals, Jez? Is it now 24, 25? He's got something like that.
I think he's on 27.
27. He's got 20. This man's got 27 league goals. And no one's talking about him.
Does it don't mean none?
He's got 27 league goals. In any other season, he'd be up for Player of the Year. He got 27 league goals. Are you mad? He's on his way. If Haaland wasn't here, Harry Kane would be on his way to break Salah's record this season. But because Haaland's here and smashed it and is going to go beyond him, it's not. So Harry Kane's like going, well, Spurs aren't doing anything. Got Ryan Mason in charge. Like today, I don't know about you. The reports I'm seeing, he was a non-factor. Well, like Mercer's Spurs team tape, but he was a non-factor at all. And then he got that penalty and he just bagged it. You know what I mean? It was like some would say it was a bit like Shearer when he was at Newcastle for those last few years. But it was like, but Newcastle wouldn't win it. They had that flurry of in the early 2000s when they finished like third or fourth with Bobby Robson to get into the Champions League a couple of seasons in a row. But apart from that, you didn't really expect Newcastle to do anything better. But I think he stays. I don't know about what Jez thinks. I think he stays at. I think he stays this summer.
And Tara's view says if it weren't for Kane, Spurs would be in a relegation battle this season. One, I disagree. Two, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Well, how many games did they lose?
It means nothing. So this is what it is for Manchester to play.
Based on that logic, last season we should have been a relegation battle because Kane didn't show up until February.
See, I'm saying
like I said, Kane for me. I think people looking at the goals. People got to also remember, Kane scored a lot of goals in losses this season as well. A lot of goals. Today we lost. He was dog shit today. Yeah, but he got the penalty and scored today. Newcastle got the one goal that we scored against Newcastle. Like he scores a lot. But
he did score against Liverpool. Yeah,
he did.
Score against Liverpool. Yeah.
Scored against 3-1. My thing is, if you would have taught me the team plays better, but you have to cut down Kane goals by half, I would have took that because the team is overall not playing well. I don't care that Kane has 27 goals. I'll be honest, I don't care. Because we play as a team as a whole, nobody eating. At least last season, you can see everybody somewhat is connecting, but it feels like if Kane doesn't score, nobody's gonna try to score as well. But for me, it just feels too focused now on him, everything through it, and this is what I don't like at the moment. Because I prefer last season when he was shitting in goals, but he was providing everybody as well. Now it's like everybody has to just give it to him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And you were going for top 4 this time last year as well. So it's like
exactly.
It's like you're sleepwalking, maybe towards Conference League.
I mean, if we win, to be honest, this is the funny thing because we need to win our next 2 games for me to say that we're gonna definitely get Conference League. But then the issue is the last game of the season is Leeds. I don't think we're gonna win that.
Is that away?
I don't think. Huh?
Is that away?
Away, yeah. That's why I don't think we're gonna win it because our away record is awful.
Wow.
And the next game is against Brentford. I don't know what to say about Brentford. At home we play better, but I mean, Brentford at least got guys that can actually do damage. Like that's why against the Crystal Palace performance, okay, we got the win. Just happy we got the 3 points for like however long. But I didn't felt like there was like a challenge because Palace just don't have good attackers in my opinion. Just don't. And what's it called again? I mean, I don't know what the fans this time want to play, but I don't know what the fans this time want because Dyer wasn't playing today. He's injured apparently. So I mean, who's getting playing? Who are the top yets gonna play in this time?
So a lot of hate for Højbjerg.
Finally, when Dyer's not, because if it's not Dyer, if Dyer wasn't the starting 11, everybody's not talking about Højbjerg.
Yeah.
He's the one that's easy to blame.
Gets away with murder this season. Gets away with murder. Like I'll be honest, even the Kulusevski thing. That's what I was saying. If you don't get him back, or he doesn't want to come back, I wouldn't cry about it. Has not been good enough this season. Like to be honest, probably one of the worst performances this season in my opinion. Just has been. Okay. So I don't really. It has been awful season, and I'll be honest. I told you already. I want to sell Kane. I really desperately want to get rid of him because I feel like it forces the club to kind of actually approach something which I've been saying for years now that they should be trying to approach, which is accepting that the team is not good, and we kind of hiding behind Son and Kane at the moment in time.
Yeah, and Son's been non-existent this season as well.
Exactly. So now we're hiding behind Kane, and now everybody thinks, it's the Kane team again, but it's not really the Kane team because Kane stunk the whole season. I'm sorry, like I don't care what people tell me about. I think up until the injury, Bentancur was our best player. I don't care that Kane had like how many goals at that time. I don't care because I'm seeing actually somebody affecting the game overall throughout the whole 90 minutes. I'm seeing Kane, of course, he had good performances here and there against certain teams, but overall, I feel this season he wasn't good. I think last season he was better in the second half. I thought the second season under Jose, I think he was miles better than this version, and that version scored less goals under Jose.
Yeah, he did.
He tells me a lot. I don't care that he has that many goals, man. I really don't.
Yeah, he had more assists, didn't he? Or like,
as well, it was providing. Obviously, we can talk about the supporting cast, like Son not being able to stay on side and actually finish his chances as well, even if he's offside. We can talk about how Richarlison is just a total bomb. We can talk about how Kulusevski has not up to it. But I'm talking about just as a whole, like everything feels too focused on Kane, and you already know what's going to be this summer. Is Kane gonna stay? Is Kane gonna leave? Like,
it's gonna be
it's gonna be long.
Jesus,
it's gonna be long.
And a long saga.
I'm not even gonna try to be that much on social media over the summer for the transfer windows. Like, I'll be honest, because it's just gonna be annoying. It's just gonna be annoying. This whole thing. I'll be honest. Like, I would rather have Kane go to Levy and tell how he feels. Either you're gonna sign a new contract or you want to leave.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's just delaying. That's why I wanted Conte out so quickly because I knew Conte eventually is going to leave at the end of the season anyway. But if you would have delayed it to the end of the season, it felt like to me that we were just going to delay the manager search already. I mean, I don't even know how many days it has been since the manager search, since Conte's been left. I think.
Was it before the international?
I saw something in 40 days. The record before was something about 70 plus days.
Was it before the international break in March? Was it before?
You know what?
I think it was just before it was ended. I think the international break.
Right. So it's
so it was definitely about like a month in the bid.
It wasn't even April.
It was Asia. Yeah, it's quite some time ago, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like the end of March, I think. It was like...
Exactly. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I'm happy that this Nagelsmann thing is over. Because I feel like, for me, it felt like we were trying to actually find a director of football that can work with Nagelsmann instead of trying to just find a director of football for the club overall, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So no, whoever the director of football is, like, at least get somebody in that's good enough, in my opinion. And then that director of football can just take over the manager thing because it's just taking forever now. I'll be real. But good thing is the club knows the shortlist they know who they want to approach. But for me, just get the director.
What's the report? Who's on the shortlist?
I think the shortlist of managers was Amarin from Sporting Lisbon,
Okay.
Arne Slot from Feyenoord,
Mhm.
Jabi Alonso. Who were the last two?
Is it Brendan Rodgers?
Nah.
Grandpa?
No.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
No, I'm
Frank
trying to think.
Lampard?
I'm trying to think who the last two were.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, let us know in the chat, you lot. You
Well,
lot
in the
will
Premier
know
League.
that.
Let me check it on Twitter real quick.
Yeah, no stress. While you do that, hey, you lot now over 130 of you lot in the building, which is big. You lot really do fucks with this show. Much appreciated. But let's bump up the likes. How we only at 38 likes? Girls up to 60 likes, people. Hit the like button. We have hit the first subscriber mark. Now we're looking for 5 more subscribers. Get us to 6,435. There's over 130 of you lot in the building. There's more people here right now watching this than the Etihad on a match day. Hit the subscribe button, people. Only looking for 5 new subscribers. Just 5. All we're asking for is 5. You're clearly enjoying the content. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and like check 1212. Get us up to 60 likes, people. Let's see. There's more questions as well. I'm starring all the best questions. Don't worry. Please just keep it Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Man of the match today in the game. Warrior J. I think it was a good overall team performance, but I'd probably say Lindelof. Maybe Bruno. I thought Bruno was good today. I thought Anthony was good today. They were probably the 3 best ones. Bissaka was decent. Varane was a little rusty, but defensively, I'd probably say Lindelof. But if someone said Bruno or Anthony, I wouldn't argue you down. I don't think anybody was like 9, 10 out of 10 today. I think everybody was everyone was pretty much between like 5 and 7 or 5 and 7.5. I would say good professional performance is what I would say. Professional performance. You can only beat what's in front of you. And to Matthew says to everyone, what players would you take from Southampton? I think we'd all say Lavia, 110%. And I would take Belloc, even though we've been linked with Kim Min-jae, and I like that. I do like the look of Bella Kotchap. When I first seen him, I was like, I like the look of Bella Kotchap.
I like a couple of players,
a
few players actually. Well, Lavia, obviously.
Yeah,
I like their goalkeeper, Bazunu. I think there's a lot of potential there. Carl Walker-Peters is a good squad player as well. Play over flank. And I would have said Livramento, not because he was at Cobham, because he actually was doing well at Southampton, but he's coming back from an ACL, so I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
I think the obvious one is Saint Ward-Prowse, but I won't choose the obvious one. Apart from that, I can't think of anyone else really.
Yeah. No one else.
Yeah, and that's why they're going down. So it's true.
Huh?
Shay Adams.
Yeah, let's not. Hey, Peter, hold that, man. You know what I'm saying? Southampton loan deal. Yeah, well done, mate. Jez, what you saying? Anyone you take from Southampton?
Before I say that, I don't know the 5th manager, but the 4th manager was the Celtics manager, which who ironically he's my favorite out of all of them.
Okay, why is he your favorite out of all of them?
I just like this way of playing.
Mm-hmm.
He is willing to work with players across the world in terms of like he's not shying away from somebody in like a lower division. Mm-hmm. Like he wouldn't mind working with these type of players. Like certain managers that want these high profile players with big wages, style of play obviously, and I think our not director of football but sporting director, I think it is, that just came in. He's Australian and they have not a connection, but they know each other well enough where I feel like maybe it's just you have those two with the manager and the sporting director, and then you get also DF. Maybe it can just work as you actually have harmony, not like everybody disagreeing with each other.
First,
and
of course,
obviously Lavia's obvious.
Right.
Carl Walker-Peters are taking him back. I personally didn't want to sell him back then when Joseph wants to. I'll take Bella Kotchap as well.
Yeah.
I'll take Mohamed Salisu, and I'll take also Icarus, the other midfielder for them, the Argentine.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Faz.
Shout out Racing Club in Argentina, man. What a club.
Oh, wow. Geez, Alcaraz. Sorry, yeah. You said that, yeah. He looks very good.
Yes, and to Juddy Sports, sticking on the Southampton theme, says Flawless United. Is that Muppet Tears? Said we have made contact with Lavia's agent. Juddy, I don't know how reliable they are. Hope this is true, but this is going to be a common theme this summer. And you're going to hear me say that probably every day on every stream during the summer. Say, I hope this is true, or I hope this isn't
You
true.
know,
But
the
we'll soon
Lavia
find
thing
out.
is actually, I think it's actually true because I remember I was watching the Fabrizio video on YouTube. And he was talking about how Chelsea, Man United, obviously City, but for 2024. And I think there was another club who all won Lavia in the summer. And
Liverpool.
Arsenal, here we go. Yeah, those four clubs won Lavia in the summer, which makes sense. It's like four of the biggest kind of. I mean,
We don't do good business like that, man. We ain't.
Makes sense.
Yeah, go on, Carrie. Yeah, it makes sense. We don't do good business. We've been linked with Kim and Jay, like strong links. Now you're telling me we've been linked with.
No, the link is true though. The link is true.
I hope we get them too. That would be.
I actually saw it from literally from Fabrizio's mouth saying that Lavia is someone that they're looking at.
The issue for United is obviously the takeover.
Yeah,
that's
which is a big issue. And even then, if the Glazers stay over the summer, how much money are they actually going to spend? Because there's
everyone's going about Chelsea's FFP issues. United have got FFP issues as well, I think, but how much they can spend. I think they're limited. They have a limited budget.
Is it like
100? I read.
Yeah, you get like an embargo or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you get take over, you can't do business in that period until the takeover completes.
No, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I read even if the takeover didn't go through, I think you've only got like a little over 100 million.
Hey, they better make
that's
that work.
due to the finances of the Glazers not having a lot of money. Really, it's to put. Well, I say put in the cup. They didn't, but stuff like that. And Lavias are going to be the hot commodity. I mean, I don't know if you follow Jez. You follow Agent Darko on Twitter. Do you follow Darko? Do you know who Darko is on Twitter? Jez.
Me?
Jez? Yeah.
Sorry. My bad. I was just.
You know the Chelsea guy?
Yeah. I know Darko.
Yeah. He seems to know a lot of things, so he's pretty high on the Lavia deal in terms of Chelsea laid.
What did he say? Lavia just laid. All right.
He just said that Chelsea have been laying the groundwork because remember we put in a bid for him last summer.
Literally in the same summer when he started hooping on them.
Oh really?
So, yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, like
he just signed for Southampton when we put.
Oh, literally, he signed for Southampton. Southampton played Chelsea when the window was still open. He was hooping against Chelsea, and Bowley said, "Fuck it, just go and get him."
Yeah, he did.
And Southampton said, "Fuck no, we need him."
Yeah, exactly, and they were right to. So,
yeah. Oh, that's fair. Let's see someone else. Hey, good questions, you lot as well. Continue to get them in. How much would Lavia cost? That is the $1 million question, Emma. I
think 40 to 50. I'll be honest.
They say 40 to 50 M's for Lavia.
Well, they said 50 before they knew Southampton's fate for relegation. Now, I don't know how much.
I forget he's now in the championship. Yeah, I'm forgetting he's going to be a championship player.
So okay. I mean, it depends on what Southampton want, to be honest, but I think they do have the fact that Lavia can obviously be like, yo, I don't want to play in the championship. But then Southampton can be like, we just signed you. You're still under contract. We can just be dickheads and don't sell you if you don't wait until
you could get
that money. I think 40 maximum, or 45 maybe.
Yeah, 45, I think.
But again, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. I don't know.
That is, whoever gets, very similar to the Kim and Jay deal, if someone gets him for his release clause if you're getting Lavia for 40 to 50 million, that's a steal.
Yeah,
Manchester United, I don't know if anyone's watching who's here, anyone watching who's at Manchester United higher up, get them 2 deals done. Get Lavia and get Kim Min Jae. Get them 2 deals done expeditiously. So, I know we got the ownership. Figure that shit out.
So the two other DM6s in this, I think, 3 others. So you've got Rice, who Arsenal heavily linked with, and he's always going to link with Chelsea because of the, stuff like that. You've got Caicedo, who's heavily linked to Arsenal, and then you've got Ugarte, who's popped up and he's got a £53 million release clause. So
he's got a release clause as well.
But as everyone knows, with release clauses, you have to pay it all up front.
Yes,
which is why Liverpool haven't triggered it.
Yeah,
because they don't want to pay it all up front.
Don't pay the money if you want to play him, man. You know
yeah, but this is the thing, Liverpool. But Liverpool are not these.
They're not
that guys, man.
They like to pay him like 15 years, like long catalogue or something. 36 weeks you pay for something. You know what I
Little
mean?
ones in that.
Yeah, yeah. Pay for your TV like over 5 months. You know what it is, like £50 each month or something like that. But that's the whole thing. So there's gonna be a lot of movement with whatever you want to classify. Listen, sixes are just a fancy word for defensive midfielders. Okay, just like low blocks are a fancy word for part of the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It is.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it's just,
like
they just part the bus. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Don't try and fool me. I've seen.
Hey,
part of
the Twitter tatikos, man.
yeah,
Tatikos,
exactly,
man.
right. But that's the thing. So you've got them four at the moment are going to be the big deals in terms of defensive midfielders going around. The issue with West Ham, Rice. Did they trigger that extra option for the year?
I think they already did it. So I think he's
right.
only
So they already triggered it. So this summer he's got 2 years left. This summer, and they want over 100 million. But what I heard him on radio and read was that they're really waiting to see what the price of Bellingham is in terms of that before they then put a final price, or so-called final price, but people can try and get to or work out stuff like add-ons and all that crap, stuff like that,
I mean,
like
is...
buy Rice and put the Ballon d'Or clause in, and like he's going to ever win the frigging.
What's the price for Rice?
Yeah, price for Rice, exactly. But then you've got, like I say, you've got Ugarte, 53 million buyout, Lavia, and I don't know. I think this Caicedo signed a new contract after January. I don't know if there's any clauses in it.
I don't think that's a clause. I think he only extended it for an extra year and just get bigger wages.
Yeah, so there must be some type of clause in it, but they're still quoting anywhere from 70 million for Caicedo. I remember he looks a good player, but we are only talking about the same can be said for Lavia. The prices and Ugarte's just stepped out of nowhere as well.
That's my reservations about. I think, don't get me wrong, people think Caicedo's a good player. If he was to be at Manchester United, cool, but I'm not looking to spend 89, 100 M's. Like, I'm not convinced like that.
Right,
Rice, I think Rice is a good player, but I'm not convinced by that.
Even Lavia 45 is very big. It's a massive price.
I would run that risk, and because it's 45, I'd run that risk. I'm much more willing to lose 40 M's and go, you know what, hold my hands up and say, it didn't work out. Rather than
but you know what? Right? I think
if I was Chelsea this summer, and remember, Rice has always been linked to Chelsea, not the other way around. We have never put in a bid for Rice ever. Yeah. Might have had discussions like here and there, but never put in. If I'm looking at if these prices are real, I'm going, would I pay 100 million for Rice, or will I do this? 45 for Lavia and 53 for Ugarte. So that's 98 million. That's under 100 million. I'd rather do that. I'd do that.
And then you also got to consider then for Lavia, you don't pay that money all up front because it's not. I don't think it's going to be used.
So you pay like half or 30 or something. Like
maybe in 3 installments over 3 years.
Exactly.
Who knows? Exactly. With Ugarte, then you just pay the money then straight up. To be honest.
Right. So then you go. Oh, so I've got a bit more change. Let's then buy a Nana for 25, 30 million for Inter Milan. Something like that, goalkeeper done, and then you've got like the forward, and that's the thing as well. Pochettino is not happening because they're asking for 160 million euros.
That's crazy.
It's not happening.
But
so
then
you go, okay, hurry up and announce this Toney ban, and how long it's going to be. Seriously, announce what it's going to be, and I'll tell you this right now, I'll be so pissed if it's more than 8 matches because. That says to me that your priorities are in the toilet. Well, they probably are anyway. But when you ban someone for betting, even though your biggest league in the country is like got betting sponsors out there, but you know what I mean, going around.
Hey man, everybody looks at their things with different.
Exactly. But I would see. I would wait. I would wait for that and see what happens. Then, because I think Toney misses. He's going to miss some part of next season, that's for sure. Yeah, it's just how long.
My club already needs. I've said this. I would sign Toney anyway because my club needs more than one striker. So go get 2 of the strike. Go get Toney and another, and we actually need 3. So I would go and sign 3 in the summer. But I go and sign not expensive, like one younger striker and then a complete, like maybe even a teenager or something like that, and then have those 2 there. and then Toney can come back into the fold as well. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 3 forward players. Yeah, Mo, I'm with it with Ivan Toney. I'm sold on Ivan Toney. That's the striker I want.
You just watched his performance against Liverpool last week.
Yes, we watched it.
Yeah, we watched it. It was just it was unbelievable. And that's what we mean about you don't have to have GNA.
Yes.
As a way to just watch that performance, the way he literally bossed Virgil van Disney and the other guy. I can't remember who's playing, was it Kanate or whoever?
It was Kanate. I enjoyed that battle actually between him and Kanate. So I rate Kanate.
And Tony's a big guy, but he's not the biggest guy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I follow. He's like 5'10", 5'11".
It's not like he's 6'5" or something like that.
It's not Drogba in his prime. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you just bounce off him. You know, something like that. But he handled it so well. And yeah, I just when I read this week, Thomas Frank goes, well, Tony's a £100 million player. I get it. There
was a funny part this year. I've seen people quote tweeted tweeting saying that Toney is 60-70 max. But then again, Richarlison just went for 60 million. So why should Brentford be like, why should we take just 10 million more than what Richarlison went to Tottenham? This is my point. Like, it's a seller's market now.
Exactly.
If Brentford think that Toney for them is 100 million worth, he's 100 million worth. It's the same thing with West Ham about Rice. And we don't maybe like it as fans, but this is the game now. Yeah. You have to spend, I think Friday, 100 million is the new 50 million.
Yeah. I mean, I totally understand it. This guy's, remember, it's in the second full season now in the Premier League. So sometimes you get the second season syndrome, but he's way up there in the scoring charts. It's only Kane and Haaland really outscoring him. And he plays for Brentford, bro. Yeah. Plays for Brentford, and he's up there in nearly 20s in the league.
And they lost their main creator. Like, Ericsson lost their main creator.
Exactly. And they're even better this year.
Yeah, like that's why I've been sold on like Ivan Toney. I've been talking about Ivan Toney. I've wanted to see him at Manchester United for the longest. He fits the bill by 110%. And that's why when I talk to all other fans as well, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Spurs, whether it's Arsenal, I'm saying whether it's one of the 12 Manchester City fans, even they rate him. I hate everybody.
I don't
know people who don't rate him. I don't know any.
Can you imagine Toney in that Brighton team?
Oh, he would. Brighton would be definitely Champions League.
They'd be in the top 4. They'd be in the top
100%. I agree.
They'd be comfortably in the top 4, or even in the Newcastle team.
And the thing is, 100%. And the thing is, with the price that people are talking about, they can say 100M. So that's when then you have to go in and try and unsettle him. Because then if Toney becomes unhappy at Brentford, that's when then it's easier to acquire the player and it's slightly cheaper. That's what it is. And that's when you're buying from any club who's not the stature of yours. Go on.
Right. Well, that's why I was linking it back to Kane. It was like, Tottenham need to accept 70 or 80 million. It was like, well, think about the offset of keeping Kane for the extra year, even if he leaves on a free, because you're aiming to get as high up in the table as possible, so top 4. So you have to balance it off, really, because even if he leaves on a free and you get top 4, hit that plus the higher places you finish in the league offsets that essentially. So it's like a risk. It's like, okay, so you're paying 100 million for Toney, but like Jess said, you're not going to pay 100 million up front like that. You're going to pay it in installments, right? Mm-hmm. And if he bags for you and you get top 4, or you win the Premier League, or you get in the Champions League, you get all that money back.
True.
Do you know what I mean? You just get it back.
It's money well spent. Yes,
it's money well spent. He's 27.
I'll check now.
26, 27.
He's about that age, yeah. He's about that age.
So he's not. He's now in his prime, so to speak. And
he's now in his prime or going into his prime type thing.
Yeah, and he's arguably going to.
He's 27.
He could be robbed of a year of his prime.
Yeah.
Right now, which is the sad thing.
Yep.
But he has to take responsibility for it as well, because he can't do it. But
and the ban as well. You mentioned it there, and we mentioned this yesterday on the Q&A. It was either on the Q&A, Man and Live, when we spoke. With the ban, that could then lower the price, because then if you then approach Brentford and say, "All right, here's X amount," they're like, "Right, we got this asset we can't use. Let's sell him now." Rather than him sit on the shelf, say it's for 10 matches, say it is 3 months, 6 months, a year. I don't think he'll definitely get longer. I don't think he'll get a year, but I'm just using that as an example. So go and get him. 100% go get him. And to Ed, who said yeah, he might be, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, he might be a big fish in a small pond. That is true, but that goes against every player in that. That goes against that goes against any player you're signing from a club not at the top level. So is that a question mark against Ivan Toney? Yes. But that question mark is not his fault. All the question marks I have against Kane, some of the blame is on him. Tony's done everything I can ask at Brentford. What more can he do at Brentford that he's not done? Done it now for a second season, improved, has helped Brentford overachieve. He helped them stay in the division the first season. Why not? And he fits everything, like in terms of a modern day striker. Yeah, like he can play. I've seen him play up front by himself for Brentford. We've seen him playing as a 2 for Brentford. Pace and power, technique, mental attributes, penalty taker,
free kick taker.
Black Diamond, I agree. Like he may banned, like it depreciates the asset. 50 mil, like so you could maybe go and get him for cheaper.
I don't know what his contract length is either. That's as well.
Yeah, we don't know his contract length. That is true.
So I think he has like 3 years left, maybe.
But what is it? Is there?
Let me check. I can check anyway.
You know, it's like some. I know in terms of like this is off base, but like in wrestling companies, if the wrestler gets injured, they add that time they're off injured onto the contract because they can't be used. In terms of that, they can't fulfill that. So I don't think that I would be fascinated if there's like a clause in there or something like that. You know, because this is unprecedented, really. So you wouldn't see it coming in terms of that. So it's like, well, do you even like? Of course, they're going to pay him, but it's like, I agree. It appreciates. It's like if it's like a 6-month ban, do you test? I test the waters.
I'm saying here's 50M, so you're going to take this 50M, so you're going to wait 6 months because you can't use him, and that 50Ms can go on to be replacing. So it's like either lose him now or lose him later. That's what I would do.
And Brentford, Brentford would need a striker. So.
Yeah, they would have to buy somebody to replace him during the period. I agree. I just checked his contract. It runs out 2025. So it's like 2 years left.
Ooh, so 2 years,
so he's down to his he'd be down to his last year.
6 months, 18 months. You know, the best part next year.
I mean, let's face it, the best obviously it depends on, I think everybody is literally waiting on the ban.
Yeah.
And see, because there could be a possibility where like certain clubs don't want to go with that risk of having to wait that long for the ban to just uplift. Like, for example, let's say Man United. I don't know what the ownership situation is going to be. Maybe the place is not going to sell. I don't know. But let's say they have money to spend in the summer, but they don't have enough money to go and get another striker or something. Maybe they don't want to then go for Toney. Maybe they just want to get somebody they can be in there immediately. Like, there's a lot of factors in this. And to be honest, I'm just waiting because me as just a general football fan, I actually just want to know I just want to know the verdict because they're taking forever. Like, I'll be honest, it shouldn't take this long to find out how long he's going to get banned for. Like, it's stupid.
Right, exactly, because they could have banned him already this season and he'd be back really early next season. But now it's prolonged. Now we're near the end of the season. So essentially means they're not going to ban him until after the season ends, methinks. And then it goes into next season. Do you know what I mean? Does it go? What's the ban? Is it banned from when they actually happen? So if they ban him in June, he's back in December, or is it from the start of next season where he's like banned from August and he's not back till like February next year? Do you know what I mean? If it's 6 months, so it's like I don't know what the holdup is really. It takes so long.
Freaking the FA doing nonsense.
It's so quick. It's so quick on other things. It's like,
and this they taking their sweet time. It's like hurry up and let everyone know what's going on, including him and Brentford. And big up Out of Context in the cut, Out of Context Sarcasm City. And to those that are asking, yes, I seen Diallo's goal against Luton. Bang,
he was
110%. I didn't watch the game, but I did see the goal, and I can't wait to see him back. It was against Luton. They won 2-1. I'm hoping to get I'm hoping that he comes back into the squad 110%. So Time to Shine, who says, don't think clubs like that are going to buy a player that's banned for 6 months. It's like buying a player who is out for 6 months of the season. What I would say the difference is it's a player being injured, whereas this is just, he can still train with the team, I'm guessing. I'm saying he can still stay fit.
It depends on the situations, because I think, when Suarez got the ban for Barcelona for biting somebody, Godin,
Yeah.
And then FIFA banned him.
Yeah,
I
they
think
didn't register him until the next.
Until the ban was over. So I don't think he can even train then during the period.
No,
Maybe
he couldn't. He couldn't. He was banned from all football. He couldn't even train at Barca. That's why.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah,
Well,
like-
he can train by himself anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Train by himself, but not with
Yeah.
the team though, which is obviously another thing.
Yeah, and because I'm saying because United because we need more than one striker, then that's what it is. And to Jody who says United ain't going there, Toney, it's PR. This ain't even PR. Like nobody here has said that United are going for Ivan Toney.
No,
I'm just saying that's the player I want. I'm just saying that's the player I want. The same way we haven't really been linked with a James Maddison or Onana players I've mentioned. I still want these players when I get asked these questions. I never said that. People, let me just clarify this. I'll have to clarify this. The opinions given on here is just our opinions. There's no inside knowledge. We're not in the nose. We're not saying this will happen or this won't happen. We're just giving our opinions.
I wonder, here's a thought. If he gets banned for 6 months, and that's him starting next season, but you transfer him, what if you can't actually, you're not allowed to register him during the ban? His ban's over in February, but he can't register him because it's out of the transfer window. So he's not actually back to the 24-25 season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they just need to hurry up. It's just stupid.
But that's legitimate. That's legitimate, right? You can't register transfers. You can't register. You can register free transfers and stuff like that. But that'd be like the Suarez thing. They didn't register him till January because that's when the ban was up. But if you get 6 months and it's from the August to February, are you allowed to register him if he's banned?
That's a great question. One we don't have the answer to. And just get to this. RSV, you've read this comment like 3 times now. Why, I don't know, but I get to it. Also, Ollie wanted both Haaland and Casado and would have signed Casado for like $5 million from Ecuador. Ragnick wanted Enzo in January of last season. The board definitely screwed all of them over. Yes, we know our board is not good. We know the hierarchy is not good. We know the ownership's not good. However, if you are working for an ownership that's like that and the people above you do not allow you to do your job well, leave. If somebody, if a content create, if a platform come and gets me and says, Flawless, we're going to pay you X amount to do whatever Manchester United content create on, whatever platform, let's just call it Platform A, for example. And Platform A is paying me X amount to do that. If I go and then work for them and they don't give me the best possible conditions to perform under, and then I start churning out shit shows, guess who's to blame? Are they to blame? Yes, I'm also to blame. It's the same thing. Personally, I would leave. You care about Manchester United that much? Leave. If you are not being given the best possible tools to do your job, leave. So the fact that he wanted Haaland and Casado, if they turn that down, leave. We all know the Glazers are crooks and our board's not right. So I don't understand this. This is not a defense of him. This goes to show what people talk about. Yes, man. Ragnick wasn't a full-time manager, so that's a whole different conversation. This don't save Ollie. This don't make giving him Haaland and Casado doesn't make him a better manager. He's not good. I don't know when people will realize that he's just not a good manager. That's why when he was here and he was managing, there's live streams of me saying once he gets sacked, he will not get another job in Europe. He will not go to another top European league. So that's England, that's France, that's Italy, that's Spain, that's Germany, that's Portugal. Those 6. I think they're the 6 highest on the coefficient.
Yeah,
Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
They are the 6 highest.
I even know what the 7th is, but you probably won't get a job there.
The 7th one is the Netherlands.
You know what I'm saying? He definitely not getting a job in Holland. So that's 7. Whatever 8 is the top 10 people. Why is it this man can't get a job? There's no other manager that's managed a top 6 club in the country in the modern day era and has been sacked and can't get another job.
I know where you get it. I know where you get it.
Go
on. Union St. Gonads.
Yeah, he would have went Belgium. You would have had to go Belgium or something. Yeah, you would have to go Belgium. And not even a top club in Belgium, like Club Brugge wouldn't go near him. Didn't
they lose the title? They didn't win the title, right? USD?
No, I think it's still on the championship.
Yeah, I don't get this. Man spammed this comment like 3 times, like it makes any difference about.
The thing is, I would say this, and this sounds like I'm shilling, but like you don't have to spam. But if you want Flawless to really read what you're going to do, because he does start good questions. If you really want him to read it out, put a super chat in. You know what I mean? If you really want to read it out, put a super chat in.
Just spamming the same thing like over and over.
Read it out and discuss it. But we are starring stuff. You don't have to spam it. The thing is, if Flawless finds it interesting, then he will star it. Do you know what I mean?
And if Surfer or Jez sees something, and this has happened in shows where they'll go to such and such a question, I was saying such and such has said X and said this and that. Well, yeah, I don't get it. Yeah,
No, we
like,
appreciate
I'm
the
cool.
enthusiasm. RSV. There's no
RSV is all good. I just don't get it.
You don't have to like spam it, and also, I mean, you haven't done it, but guys, you don't have to do it in capital letters as well because it sounds like you're shouting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to Matthew says, what do you think about what Solskjaer said about the players being snowflakes? Also saying Glazers needed to go. Where was all this when he was manager? Answered your own questions, Matthew. I don't know the full context of this, but did he not sign some of these players he's calling snowflakes? So that's on you.
No,
Yes,
he
he did.
You signed some of these players. So
And also, did he not promote some of these players into the team as well?
And also
It's
saying
like-
the Glazers needed to go. So why did you work for them? Because if they didn't sack you, you'd still be there now.
And
It's
why
all
is it
about
now-
oneself, which is cool. Get your back.
And now it's 18 months later. Why wasn't it like 3 months later when, stuff like that? Or maybe
There's a lot of wise
maybe
men.
you couldn't say anything. It was in your contract, or else you wouldn't get paid or something like that.
And see, and you know what it is as well with the point about that the manager wanted this and that. If you couldn't get this and that, go find something else. I don't like these managers. That's why I hated Conte so much. That's why I hated Conte so much, because he can only work with certain players, and if it's not these players that he wants, he doesn't want to work with anybody else. It's going to be like, why is the club signing him? Because the club needs to make signings to improve the squad.
Yeah.
That's why I respect. That's why I was never Jose out. That's why I respected Jose a lot more when he was with us, because with Jose was even giving the kids chances. He was giving the kids chances, like he's giving some of our academy players chances to come and play, give them chances to see what they can do. He was willing to he didn't get Skriniar. He was giving Joe Roden. Wasn't complaining one time about it. Conte, Danjuma, Chet Spence, he's a club signing. I didn't want him. No, I'm saying, like, for me, if I don't like managers at my club that need specific players only, and if it's not them players that can't work anything with any other players, don't need that at my club. I hate these managers. And for me, it also shows how good as a manager you are as well, where you can sometimes work as well with your second options that you could not with the first option that you really wanted.
Which I think is why Poch suddenly rose up on our list of managers in terms of like who was the perceived favourites, Yeah. And also why I think Enrique didn't get the job. Because if you read reports, Enrique basically told them, I'm abbreviating obviously, basically you signed the wrong players, I want
this specific, like you would have asked Dani Olmo,
Ferran Torres and all that shit.
Probably Martin as well.
Probably the demands of and it's only rightly so, the demands of the owners, whatever directors go. If you're coming in, you're gonna have to work with a big chunk of this squad, especially the new players that we bought, because we spent all the money on them. We'll see how good they are. And Poch is going probably, and it's reported, that's fine, but I still need a goalkeeper, a DM, and a striker, and they know that. They know that. But I'm willing to work with the bulk of the squad. I want to try and keep Mount or something like that. It's like, it's fine, we can try, but if he doesn't agree a contract, he's gone. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. You can't risk not selling Mount, no matter for 50, 60 million, whatever it is. But that's the whole point. It's like managers that come in. It's like Tuchel came in. Remember, Tuchel only had really one summer where I know he had the last one, but one normal summer when he bought Lukaku and we bought Saul in on loan. Yeah, basically he was working with players that from 2 previous managers at least. So you get praise for that. Look, he came in, he worked with whatever and got things done. You're right. I mean, it's okay. It's like it's okay for managers to come in and say, I want these players, but still have the mindset of going, but I know I still have to work with the bulk of the players that are already here. Jose Mourinho first time came in, bought brilliant move, bringing 2 players from his Porto team, Pereira and Carvalho in right away. Yeah. Same like Ten Hag did with Martinez, stuff like that. But bought players that knew what he could do, stuff like that. Spread it around in the dressing room, stuff like that, and he got it right away. Bought little options here and there. Obviously, Didier Drogba, the hottest striker at the time, because he dumped out like loads of English clubs in the UEFA. So UEFA Cup, you young people won't know what the hell the UEFA Cup is. It's just basically the Europa League, but apart from
Rebranded?
played knockout stages from round 1, which was better, stuff like that. But and then bought other players and stuff like that. Bought another Portuguese player. Can't remember his name now, but he's very good. Scored a banger against Man United. That long range goal. I can't remember
the midfielder.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? He was
The
very
midfielder.
talented.
Is he big?
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, the midfielder.
Can't think of the name. Fuck.
Midfielder. I know you're talking about.
But the wiring. But started building up by that. Like it's hard. Ten Hag's come in.
That's fucking gonna bug me now. Let me know in the chat, people. The Chelsea midfielder, Portuguese, that Mourinho side. Am I thinking it begins with T?
Someone's going to tell Thiago. Thiago, that was it. Thiago.
That's why I said T.
But Ten Hag got in. No matter how you think he's performed, he's bought Anthony in. He's bought Martinez in, who know him, stuff like that. So
familiar. They can get his message across on the pitch.
Better rapport in the dressing room, stuff like that. But I like managers who come in and say, no, it's not working the way you usually do. I'm doing it my way. Like Conte did the first time with us. Wait to Arsenal, lost 3-0. Played a 4-3-3. No, this shit ain't working. I'm going to a back 3. I'm going to what I should have done. Ten Hag comes in. First 2 games, rubbish. Maguire, out. Ronaldo, gone. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'm not doing this. I don't care. I'm going to ride or die with the 15 good players so that we have. Yeah. And I'll ride these guys to pause. Till the as far as they can go in the league. So, it's a figure of speech, but you have to still say.
Yeah. It's a funny pause, man. I had a wild pause. Yeah, I had a wild pause on the terrace similar to that. So I understand.
Ride or die with these guys to the end because the squad is threadbare at best. But Jez is right. Nagelsmann. Look at the thing with Nagelsmann coming. I always found this. It was weird. He wanted to have a say in who the sporting director is. And it's like, no, bro. The sporting director is supposed to have a say in if you're getting hired, not the other way around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like
exactly, and that's why
because they're supposed to be there longer than the manager themselves. Really, do you know what I mean? It's because they run the club, and it's like
they can shape how your club can be, how your club gonna be running for like the next 5-10 years, to how long they're ever gonna stay. That's why when we had this discussion when Enrique was still mentioned, I didn't want it Enrique. Because of the same reason.
Start that Kitso question. Sorry, Jess. Can you start that quick Kitso comment that came up?
The floor is.
Oh, which question? Which one?
The
Sorry.
Kitso one about.
Oh yeah. I've got that Kitso. Hey, Black Diamond tomorrow. Q&A tomorrow. Because I'm gonna close this one out shortly.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get to this. Big up Jody for this. Who says, Jody, you're in Australia, right? This is crazy. You're a guy in Australia giving me United news, who's in Manchester. It's mad. Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim of Qatar in the dark over the Glazers' thinking and timetable. Stories about the Brit being in pole position, believed to be a play to squeeze out even bigger bids. And that's from, who's DM? Jody Sports. What's that source? Who's that source?
That Daily Mail, Daily Mirror.
Is it there? Let us know the source.
Yeah, it could be either one of them.
But yeah, with that, if this is the case, would not surprise me. This does sound plausible. Sounds plausible. It definitely 110% sounds plausible. However, I still remain the same on this in regards to, I don't know. Do I think Sheikh Jassim takes over? Yes, I do. Simply because he's the richer guy. Is it Daily Mail? Okay, fast. Sheikh Jassim is the one with more money. So if something's being acquired for money, I'm going with the person with more money. Like, just simple as that. Simple logic, people. You lot continue to bump up the likes. Over 120 of you lot in the building. 75 likes. Get us up to 90 likes, people. And on top of getting us up to 90 likes, hit the subscriber button. We're currently at 6,431. We're looking for 4 new subscribers. There's over 120 of you lot in the building. Over 120 of you lot in the building. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Yeah, United for life. I hear you.
Yeah, what's it called?
Yeah, you said the same. I'm saying Star-Lord, yeah, I hope so too in regards to Sheikh Jassim. Yeah, go on, Jess, go on.
Yeah, what I wanted to say as well before that, that's fine. You know, when the whole Nagelsmann news came out yesterday, everybody on the timeline was literally losing their mind because they also knew that Poch was going to go to Chelsea. But I was kind of cool because they should
have accepted that by now, right? Just, I mean, that's they should have accepted that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you know? Like for me, it's stupid for me because, I would rather have a manager in where Levy doesn't have to lie the fact that we're gonna give him what he wants.
Yep.
And we've just been realistic. So let's say, for example, the Celtics manager comes in anger, and Levy tells him this and this and that you have to work with, but you get in the director of football here, yet you can work with. You have the sporting director there, and there's a certain amount of money you can spend. And if he's fine with it, yo, I'm cool, because I'm tired of having managers here getting lied on and then they just leave within the season.
Yep.
The last time we had a manager for a whole season was 1920. For a whole season.
Yeah,
that was the last time we had a manager for a whole season.
What? That is
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, 1920, bro. 3 years was ago that we had a manager for at least a season.
That is mad.
I'm asking for stability. I'm not asking for the world-class manager at this point. I'm asking for some.
You asking someone to be there 2 seasons in a row.
I'm asking for a manager to stay at least a season.
Wow.
Because Jose didn't even survive for a season. Jose came in mid-through the season where we sacked Poch, and then he left in the second season mid-through. I'm like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's why I'm not really mad about the Nagelsmann thing. And I've seen a lot of things about people with the Pochettino to Chelsea now. I'll be honest. I hope he does well at Chelsea. Some Tottenham fans will probably find it crazy that I say it. But if I'm Pochettino, the funny thing is here, what was reported is that he was waiting the whole time for Tottenham to call him, but we refused to call him, not even once, to kind of see what the situation is.
I don't think Poch is the right fit for you, look. I don't.
Yeah, for me, I want to take him back regardless.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because for me, I look at it from the perspective of, I understand from the perspective of he knows what he would come back to working with, and he knew what he would know what is wrong at the club, and he knows he couldn't get bamboozled by Levy again, for example. Where all the other managers, they can get lied to. Even the managers that you don't have big expectations, they can still get lied on by that manager or the director of football. That is the main difference compared to all the other ones. But for me, to the Tottenham fans that are mad at Poch, I don't understand how you mad at him when we had literally 2 Chelsea managers in a row. Like we had two former Chelsea managers, and how we unpaid the Poch going to Chelsea.
That's funny.
And I mean, some people still consider maybe Potter. So there's a third manager that was at Chelsea. So for me, the game is the game.
Rodgers has got Chelsea links as well.
Yep. I mean,
so he wasn't ever manager, but he was in like the youth and part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So
he got linked to Tuchel as well at one point.
With who?
Tuchel.
Yeah, Tuchel. Literally
yeah.
And but then Tottenham fans, there were Tottenham fans who were fine.
I saw Ranieri this week as well.
Yeah, imagine. No. But no. But you get the point that I'm trying to say. Like, I kind of find it hypocritical when you find with somebody with ex-Chelsea relation, but then you have problem with Portugal to Chelsea. And secondly, bro, I don't feel any way about Portugal to Chelsea because I felt like we screwed him over massively. I think he overachieved with us. Then you go 2 summers. You go 2.
Either, is it? So
exactly, bro. We had 2 whole summers because of a fucking stadium where we didn't give him any money.
Yeah,
2 summers, and he was still trying to get the best out of the team. He was still getting everything out of the team.
Well, that's interesting, Diamond.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. Like, I hope he does well. I hope he wins a trophy at Chelsea. Because then it stops this whole serial winner nonsense that we have at the fan base currently. That we need a serial winner to win us a trophy.
Yes.
No, I fully hear. Just a couple quick things. To Paul, who says off script, glad to hear the good news. Terry on the football terrace shared if watching big up. What was this, Paul? If you're still in the chat,
so he's been having health issues, and he thought it may be like a disease, something like that.
Something serious. Thanks, man.
It's not, and he's now feeling better, but he was having really struggled. Where it was like he's described himself like a few weeks ago, like having to be wheeled by like his partner, Jess. Just to even do the streams, and that was the only thing that was taking him off his mind. But he's felt like he would, like he's having heart issues and stuff like that. So,
God, Terry's good, man. Love to hear that. I was thinking when they were talking about disease and struggles he's dealing with, have hope on a stream on a weekly basis. But here we are, man. Salute to Terry. I saw
his video.
I've
I
got my
don't
own
know if you've seen the
NDA. I
video.
can't say anything. Okay, I've got my own NDA. I can't say anything.
You can't say anything about half
Yeah, I
hope.
can't say that.
So I don't know if you've seen his latest video about Pochettino. Obviously, as he's commenting, but
I got no.
he's gonna have the nastiest Poch agenda if he doesn't do well at the beginning.
I got no. Listen, I think Have Hope is very entertaining.
Oh yeah, he's super entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining. Yeah, very entertaining. I think he's a football snob, which is fine. Yeah, I think he just is. He's just a football snob.
Yes.
That's fine. And but you lose credibility no matter what you think of Frank Lampard as a manager to say that he's damaged his legacy at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I will not allow 2.5 months of a managerial caretaker reign to destroy his 13 years of great work. Yeah. I will not do that. I would not do that. I'm sorry. I know he's our worst ever manager, but he's our best ever player.
I understand. Even when I was on that stream and they were saying, I'm like, I disagree.
You saw my super chats in that stream.
The two don't go hand in hand. The two really don't go in hand in hand.
There's no correlation of it. It's just that's where, like, and I understand it's emotional. It's a football thing, and that's fine. But that's where you go. Emotional. Think about it, because you'll get clipped, right? Especially online. You get clipped, and it's like the younger generation of Manchester United fans will only think of Ollie in a bad way, and that's a shame. Yeah. Whereas, like, Flores is a little bit older. He's seen Ollie.
Yeah, I remember him as a player.
Whether you think he's a legend or not, he's definitely an icon at Manchester United. Whatever you think about that, he's a cult hero.
I'd say definitely fan favorite, 100%, and that don't take away from what he what he did. 100. There's no streams of me talking about Ollie as a player because the two are separate. Him as a player, no qualms with what he did. He was a part of one of the greatest ever teams I've ever seen. Obviously, scored one of the most, probably up there, joint with the Giggs goal in the semi-final. They're the two goals from my childhood and Manchester United early years. I remember is the Giggs goal in the semi-final. That shit in '99. Like, I remember those two specifically. And obviously, there's other moments as well. But so Ollie, props to him.
How can I go against Lampard? He scored 2 goals to confirm our first league title in 50 years.
Yeah. Bolton away.
Yeah. Good man. Bonus points. Good memory.
Bolton away. Yeah, man. I'm a what's it called, innit? It was watching people. That's what it was.
But it's like,
hating, but showing respect. I was like, Mourinho was good.
I mean, I understand sensationalism and stuff like that, but I just really, I got really offended by that. That's why I'm glad. I would have asked Terry for a link, but I don't think that would have been a good idea because I would have been absolutely.
It wouldn't have been a good idea. No, it wouldn't be. And to Reese B says, Flawless, would you ever do a calling show? Yeah, I've done fan calling shows before, but they don't happen here on the YouTube. They happen on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. However, I'm trying to pattern something for you, like in regards to shake up. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to think of new things in regards to and shake things up at Sarcasm City TV. So with the fan calling show, I'm trying to sort something out. Obviously, I don't normally let you lot know things until all the I's are dotted or the T's are crossed and, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. But I'm trying to put something different together for you lot for fan calling shows in particular over the summer. Basically, looking to start it from the top of next month. So the start of June. But it may or may not happen.
In the chat about Ollie? That's what I'm getting on about. See what I mean?
Ollie is a glorified bench warmer, the final form Luigi. He was cold, man. But because you know what it is? Because even though I disagree with people making them statements, he's done that to himself as well. You've allowed people to criticize you because of your manager. Like, if you would have just held your hands up and said, and resigned and said, I'm not good enough for this. But it's the way you just stuck at it and claimed to love the club. Like, that's where it is. You've opened the door for it. Yeah, that's what it is.
But to be fair, just to play devil's advocate here, but don't you think also it takes a lot as a person to kind of walk away from the club that you used to be like a cult hero from?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, it takes. I think because for me, because even Lampard, I said to Sofa before as well that Lampard should have never come back as an interim again.
Yes, he should have said no.
You already kind of had the situation with Chelsea before.
You know what the crazy part is, though? I've seen, you know what I'm saying, our most successful Premier League captain the year after the treble when we got knocked out. I think it was either 2000 or 2001. The interview's still out there, people. We got knocked out by, I believe it was Bayern Munich, so I believe it was 2001, but I could be wrong. And said, maybe it's the end of the road for this team. We are not good enough, including myself. And he's saying that as a player. Self-awareness. That's when you love something. And that was Roy Keane who said that. People know, everyone knows how mad competitive is his mentality, but sometimes you just gotta hold your hands up and say, you know what? I'm just not good enough. Especially even more so when you love something. Even more so. The fact that Ollie thought he was good enough, and it's not like it was 6 months or it was just a season. You had a length of time, and look, it was going really, really bad, and yet you still stayed there.
That's why but obviously I didn't know about Roy Keane, because obviously
you would know, It was literally because we played Bayern Munich. Obviously after beating him in '99, we either played him. It's either the year after in 2000 or 2001. Can't remember what year it was. And it's probably on YouTube. And he literally goes, maybe it's the end of the road. Because I think that was that around. No, it was but it was before the whole Prawn Sandwich Brigade interview, which is hilarious.
Was this after he signed his big contract or before he signed his big contract?
I think it was before he signed the new deal.
Remember, he was nearing the end. He was going to leave on a free.
Yeah. I think it was after this. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I think it was after this.
But, obviously, now that I know about it, I give Roy Keane a lot of respect to it. Because for me, I always said this, for people as men, especially knowing how prideful some of them are.
Well,
I mean, we're all probably prideful in some ways, but certain men are very prideful. Like, I mean, J. Cole literally sung "Pride is the Devil," but
there you go. Ed put it in the chat there.
Yeah, and for me, it's like,
I knew it was 2000 or 2001.
I'll be honest.
Because I've got his book, and he said it in his book as well. Yeah. It was like Bayern Munich have got. Bayern Munich his book, the first one in particular. Bayern Munich have moved on from '99. We haven't. That's what he said. But go on, Gary.
And for me, that's why I respect Gattuso also so much in terms of
Gattuso's a prime example.
How he left AC Milan, because he said how he was not good enough.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I have a lot of respect for these guys, to be honest, that can do that. I don't know if I really could do that. I don't know.
Just to answer RSV's question about Roman.
Get to it.
No doubt, most important man in my club's history. However, interfered too much in the first thing was 06-07. Bringing a rundown Shevchenko in. Jose didn't want him. I tell you this right now. You can see the body language of when Shevchenko signed with Mourinho compared to when we signed Ballack on a free. It's like 180. When we signed Ballack on a free, you can see Jose's eyes. He's really excited about Ballack on a free. But I believe that team should have been the second team to win 3 in a row. Because that was the early part of your thing. And I thought we were good enough or better to beat your team to the title. We were still there. It was too much interference. And then sacking Ancelotti. Because you forced Torres on him. You forced a broken down Torres on him. And you only bought him Zirkov in the first season, and he won a double.
I remember you had Zirkov. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but I always praise Roman, but let's face it, man. We haven't been in the title race since 2017. Do you know what I mean? We bought our recruitment. If you look at a list of our recruitment since about 2015 summer, it's been very poor. And we're paying for it now. We've still got people in here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, 2015 summer. I tell you this right now. People going about 2017 transfer window. 2015. If we hadn't signed Pedro, that would be the worst transfer window in history.
Why? Who did you not sign in 2015?
We signed someone called Michael Hector, right? And some Baba Rahman. Some guy called Papi Babajili or something like that. Never played for the club. It's Matt Miazga, right? And that was the summer. That was after Jose's. That was Jose's second season after he won the title. No, third season after he won the title. And then it covers Pedro signing covers everything. It does, because he was going to go to Manchester United in 2015.
I did not know that.
We swiped him under your nose. That's the first hijacking. So he swiped him under your nose. But with that, it's like, but Roman, yeah, he was the greatest. But there's no doubt I should be now. I think and this might sound mad, but I think I should be looking at Chelsea having at least 8 Premier League titles. So 3 more than we currently have right now.
Okay,
And
that's fair.
And possibly an additional European Cup. And a couple of FA
agree.
Cup final, a
With
couple
the
more FA
Mourinho
Cups.
sides definitely
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
won a champ.
Oh,
the Mourinho
you
side should
didn't
have won
build
a
on it.
champ.
That's the problem. If you don't build on success,
Yeah.
then it all goes to shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. We didn't build properly in the 2015 side. We won the League Cup and the league that year, and we didn't surround Eden Hazard with better players. You know what I mean? We sold Andre Schürrle, who's very underrated, by the way, and we placed him with Cuadrado.
I remember
You know what I mean?
Cuadrado. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that.
Yeah.
You didn't replace them properly.
Yeah.
So,
Nah,
but
first, I hear you.
still the greatest. It saved my club. Or we're going to go bust.
Yeah, so
So,
that's how you have to look at it. And big up
Let's say, look at
HK
it.
music.
You have to look at it. But would I swap
100%.
anything? No. I've seen my club win 2 European Cups.
Hey,
Some people haven't seen them win 1.
facts.
Facts.
I want to talk about
Hey, don't say
European
that.
Cups.
Don't say that.
I've also
man.
we've seen win 2 people as well. You know what I'm saying, and
Exactly.
hopefully I'm hoping for one next year. But the final being at Wembley and all that. But a brother can dream, man.
Is that Wembley next year?
Yeah, it's a Wembley.
The finals at
Oh, is
Wembley.
it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a Wembley. That's
I'm
why you
surprised
see
Spurs
Arsenal
haven't
fans
put
saying
in
that they win the
that
Champions
final.
League next season.
Okay, because we're googling it. What you say, Surfer?
Why Spurs haven't put in a bid for the final? Then probably getting there, really. Isn't it?
I'll be honest. I'll be so real. I wouldn't be shocked if
Damn.
maybe in the future. I wouldn't be shocked if in the future. That's why when I told Ahmed on Friday, I think it was, Levy doesn't care where we are. Bro, like Arsenal could win the Champions League on our ground. You wouldn't care because he gets the money.
Yeah, that's facts. And big up HK and music for the super chat. You just said, nah, F that guy. I respect that you just dropped, you know what I'm saying, a $2 super chat to say F that guy about Ollie. Much
This
appreciated.
is what I call real hate and energy.
Yeah, I respect it. Get your final few questions in as well, people. But yeah, Reese, like I mentioned with the fan calling show, yeah, like I'm trying to pattern something for next month for you lot going on, but it's if it works out or not. Big up KLFC. Love to see my Bajans in the building. Says, you think Bowie will give Poch time? It's a good question, actually.
So
I think he has to.
he has to, and I think that's maybe why it took longer than expected. I think there was maybe Poch was reading all these reports, going, "Is this true? Is this true? This can't happen." So you coming into the dressing room at half time, even after full time, can't happen. Cobham, no problem. It's away from the cameras. It's away like this. Also, he signed a 3-year deal. It's not a 5-year deal. It's a 3-year deal. So they learn from that as well. Back him in the summer. In terms of contract, you can't back him if the player doesn't want to sign a new contract, and we can't overpay someone just because you like them. Yeah,
Yes.
if Mason Mount, we only get now we've got these incentivized contracts where you get paid lower if you're not in the Champions League, which is I think is a great thing because you actually get performance-related pay.
That's fine. Yeah, 100%.
Performance-related pay. You've been crap this year, therefore you're not getting paid. You're getting your wages are slashed next year. I love it. I love it, and that's only right. That's only right. But you have to give him time. So you back him by getting a good goalkeeper, maybe even 2, because we need a backup. At least 2 midfielders and a forward. You've got Nkuku already coming in, so that's a blessing. It's
You
already
would
done.
love him. You would love him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna listen.
You're French.
I think he'll do
French, yeah,
very
French.
well.
Okay.
Yeah, French, but I think he'll do very well acclimatizing physically to the league. But yeah, that's what I would do. Back him like that, and get rid of loads of players. I don't want to see some 8 in, 8 out. I need to see 3 or 4 in and 10 to 12 out.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We've got an NFL type squad. We forget people are coming back from loan.
Yeah, you got
People
my
coming back
a
from loan.
lot of players coming back from loan.
You know what I mean? And also, I read this week that they're changing how they're doing the loan system now because of obviously the loan things are you can't send a load of people out now, so you can't really stockpile players there. So what they're doing is, I read is that they're identifying those who they know have a greatest shot of getting into the first team and sending them out on loan properly, where they're not going to stockpile that where they send 40 people out on loan like they used to do, stuff like that. So that'll be the big difference. But yeah, you have to give him time. You have to give him time. I'm sorry. And what works in his favour next year is we're playing once a week, apart from midweek cup games.
Yeah,
League
yeah,
Cup.
you lot are ones a week. Yeah, that's true.
So
That's very true.
he's going to have enough time to put his philosophy across, stuff like that. And I'm glad they're announcing it this week and not waiting till June, July, and he's got a short pre-season. Get it done, get him in. Who do you want? That's probably even what they probably planned already what they want to do this summer in terms of who's going, stuff like that. They put and the targets. That's why it's probably taken long as well. They probably had this already done a few weeks ago, and they just strung us along, which is not good for our psyche. But you know, it's what they did.
I mean, it's over now. So
yeah, it's over now, which is it's like I said, it's more relief. But yeah, you have to give him time. You have to, because you've cocked up this year several times.
Yeah, you have messed up this year. You
messed up this year. You need to give him time. You've hired him now to sort this mess out. You need to back him. You need to let Vivell and those guys work with Poch and leave him alone. You just need to sign checks. And work and do the other business side in, like getting sponsors and stuff like that, and sorting the stadium out. Stuff. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do the football stuff. Because I don't know if Jez read this. I read they're targeting Paul Mitchell as well for the sporting.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay.
So that's a big thing as well, because I know he's leaving Monaco. Because the Michael Edwards links have really died down. I've not heard any Michael Edwards link, the Liverpool guy.
I think I saw a report earlier saying how they were trying to.
I think it was a rehashed one I read, because it was nearly the same words as like the previous one. So
yeah,
but you have to give him time. Yeah.
First, and to Kitso, sorry, you said here, Surfer, and you kind of touched on this, but you said, what are your thoughts on our youth development system and how we can integrate some of our youth development players into the first team squad?
So I need I need them to show technical ability. You know what I mean? So Gallagher's not good enough, technically. He's just not good enough. Today's awful. Awful. Technical passing was just terrible. And he's not that. He's a P&P road runner. You know what I mean? He is. He's like a dog and zoomies. You know, up and down and stuff like that. He is. It's like a dog and zoomies. And I need technical ballers. I need someone to stand out. It doesn't matter if they're a defender or an attacker. I just need them. I need them to stand out, like Levi Colwell stood out. Looks good. Looks technically good. Bring him back. Sign a new contract. That's what I need. You know. So if you're good enough, you'll get the chance. And Poch, Jez knows Poch. He tried it at Spurs with the older players, and I went, nope, it's not working. I'm going to do it I'm going to bring through the youth, like Harry Kane, stuff like that. I'm going to do that. Dele Alli.
Getting guys in as well.
Yes.
Yeah. The only thing I do say about Poch is that I kind of felt like with certain youngsters, for example, like Toney, for example, he wanted to be more involved in the first team.
Hey, before you carry on, Jody, no need to spam the comment section, man. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Yeah, go on, carry on. I've started. Don't worry about it.
Certain youngsters like Michael Edwards, for example, at Sporting and Toney at Chelsea, which is going to be a bit awkward, Toney seeing Poch again, because Poch didn't want to bring him through to the first team, hence why he left. So I think
he's older, isn't it? So.
He's older now, so exactly. And the team is not as talented in terms of how it was back then with the starting them.
Yeah.
I do think Poch has learned from that.
Hopefully.
Where he thinks as long as these guys are talented, maybe they can have the bench. And even benches are bigger now anyway, compared to back then. So,
yeah.
Maybe he improved in that, but I think that's the only thing with the youth thing that I kind of hated, that despite even Kyle Walker-Peters at the time refused to play him, just didn't use him at all. And I don't think he was bad back then either. But you know, like Poch, for me, I always said this. I think this is a very good signing as a manager for Chelsea.
I agree. For what they've got going on over there and working with what you have, and there is talent over there despite how shit it's been for them, Poch makes sense.
I am fascinated by who the next Spurs boss is, though, now. I am absolutely...
with no Nagelsmann thoughts on that. What are you saying? What are you saying, Jess?
I am fascinated now.
What do you mean?
Because because reports have came out saying Nagelsmann won't be the Spurs manager. So not like who do you want it to be? Who do you think you get?
I don't know. We don't have a director of football. You know what I'm saying? I can't call it. I'll be honest. I've been very chill with the whole manager thing because I ain't trying to stress over things that I can't control in it. It's the same thing with the takeover thing that you talked about with Eddie the other day. Nothing that I know. It's the same thing. Who I think the club will want and take, it's just a complete guess. But I think it's going to be the final manager. I think it's going to be Arne Slot.
Slot. Is it Slot?
Yeah, I think it's going to be him.
All right. Well, we're going to find out. Wait, final few questions in. We're closing out in the next 5-10 minutes, people. Keep your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur related. We're at 85 likes. Girls up to 100 likes, people. Only looking for 15 more likes. And we're only looking for 3 more subscribers, people. Get us to 6,435. There's over 130 of you lot in the building. And we're only asking for 3 of you lot to subscribe. I know there's at least 3 people you are watching right now who have not hit that subscribe button. Pay the toll when you enter the city of Sarcasm, people. All the toll is hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's it. Tax, and then you can roam around the city like it's GTA free mode. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, people, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Get us to 100 likes. And like I said, get us up to 6,435. Let's see. Any Qatar news to United Red? No, I don't have no Qatar news. Let me just continue to clarify this. This is going to be This is going to be a regular thing I'm going to have to say over the summer, whether it's the takeover, whether it's players. I have no inside news. I find out when you lot find out. I have zero. I have nobody on the inside.
This is not David
any information or intel.
This
No,
channel
none.
This channel only repeats stuff that has happened.
Yes.
Okay, it only does that. We have no links.
I'm saying I have
We
no
have no
sources.
NDAs. We have no sources. We
No
have nothing.
ITKs.
We literally are copy and paste channel. That's
I was
what
like, we are the top emergents.
We are repeat. We are +1 channel. We are repeats. We are an omnibus.
We are Sky Sports. We are Sky Sports
We are
because
an
Sky Sports take
extended
forever.
omnibus Sunday channel. That's what we are.
Yeah, Omnibus, like Jess said, we Sky Sports. So, yes, all we do
Yeah, we are
is
Premier League years.
Yes,
channel. That's what we are.
we react to the news like Sky Sports and answer
Exactly.
questions from you lot, but I have no zero. All the opinions you hear from me is me just looking at it from the outside and going, I think this, and this is happening, and I think this, and this will happen. So no news on Qatar. When it breaks, and hopefully it is Qatar and it is Sheikh Jassim, you lot will probably know before me. You know what I'm saying? Because you lot will probably like which happens a lot. You lot break the news and then inform me and then let me know. And then I will shoot straight to OT to go celebrate. That's what I do.
Yo, Floss, don't let these people know that I got the StreamYard link for the what's it called? The link up between the Claces and Jassim.
This guy.
I got it.
I'm just saying, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. So,
Hey, Floss, I mean, we all know from you already know who you're gonna sign this summer.
I can't say
It's
anything.
already confirmed. It's already confirmed.
Jess, you're not going to get the information out of me. My sources, I can't give you my sources.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie to you.
My sources, I trust me, bro.
My sources is just me giving my opinion. Like, that's legit what it is. Just letting you lot know in it. But if we do get to take over what I've said before, I have the Arab attire people. You know what I'm saying? I've got the gown thing. I've got it because from when I went to Dubai, I've got the whole gown thing. You know what I'm saying? I've got the head wrap. I don't know what it's called, the black thing that you put around the head wrap. I've got the whole shebang. Someone in the chat will let me know. And if we do get taken over by Qatar, I will do the full week in that attire, people. You know what I'm saying? I will do the full week
you gotta do it in the Battle of
in
the
that
North.
attire. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm doing it in a full attire if we get taken over by Sheikh Jassim. You know what I'm saying? A full attire. But only if. I've been saying that for the longest. I need to find it. It's somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? But I will find it, people. Don't worry about it. I said Sarcasm Sports.
Ratcliffe takes over. He's gonna do it with a flat cap and a pipe.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, this guy's like, yo.
Hi, Joe.
I might shut over black up.
Anyhow, if Jim Ratcliffe takes over, Manchester United is the beginning of the end, people. That's what I'd say. It's the beginning of the end.
It's a GG.
It's the ceiling is this season. We are then a cup team. And not even the superior, like top tier cup team. We are a second tier cup team.
If Jim Ratcliffe takes over, are you prepping yourself to see what Nice players will be coming into the squad?
I'm saying
switch back.
At least you're getting Kefren Turam then.
He's a good player.
And Todibo as well. Actually, funny enough, I'm not enjoying them two is actually good, but
they are good prospects. No, they're very. They're
I
very.
haven't
they're
watched.
good
I
players.
haven't watched no niche
No.
players. You know what I'm
So
saying?
they're
I'm not
actually
gonna
good,
lie.
but yeah, you don't want Ratcliffe, but
Yeah,
inshallah,
of
it
course
happens.
not. But yeah, this guy haters. But yes, love to everyone that's locked in. Big up to you lot. You will be getting the show on a weekly basis. Normally Saturdays at midnight, but if we can't do it on Saturdays for whatever reason, I will push it to the Friday. Obviously, that's Jez and Surford, depending on their availability as well, people. Because you lot seem to enjoy the show, so obviously it's a crossover. I will find a Manchester City fan to do the show with people. I have to talk to one of the 12 of them. You know what I'm saying, and see. You know what I'm saying, who's good at content creating, but I will figure that out. But obviously, you get the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show every Saturday. You get the Manchester United Liverpool show every Tuesday, and then the Manchester United Arsenal show every Thursday. All of them at midnight. But this show Saturday nights, like I said,
think for if you want
midnight.
a Man City fan, what you have to do is you have to trap an old VCR tape of the '99 playoff final under a stick in a box, like a cartoon style, and one of them will sense it out and then just pull it like that and trap them. Then you tag them like that, so you can locate them all the time.
I big up you lot, man, because we're at 95 likes, so we're gonna hit 100 likes. So large up you lot, and we did hit the first subscriber mark, and we had closer to the second one. Hit the subscribe button, man. I know there's new people in here. Yeah, 6,433. So we're too short of that. Don't forget this show, people. This show, two things. This show, there is a playlist for it. So if this Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show is your favorite show on the channel, you can go to the playlist so you can see all the shows on a weekly basis that are there. Secondly, as well, this show is available on audio-only platforms, like all the other shows on the channel, apart from Watch Alongs, are available on audio-only platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, links are underneath in the description of every live stream for all that info. So you can listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're working. You know what I'm saying, or you might just not want to have the YouTube app open, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, and hopefully Camavinga is not injured. Speaking of Manchester
Yeah, this is
City,
what I want to
hopefully
actually
he's not.
mention. Like this is the only bad news I have to say,
Yeah.
other than the Tottenham ruining my day. Yeah, Camavinga. Apparently, people are saying because it looked like he was seriously injured, like in his knee area.
Fact.
So let's hope he's going to be able for next week, because I'll be real. I don't want to see City actually win the Champions League.
Fuck all that.
So
only person that wants to see that is Prime. You know what I'm saying?
Because
He
has a City girl out there, man. Like
he got money yell in it. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's like.
The guy is so odd, man. Like lately, like he's been trying to piss me off so much, man.
Facts. That's just him, a troll. But yes, love to everyone who has locked in. Jez, anything else you want to add before we close out?
Fuck Levy, fuck Hoiberg, yeah, fuck Luis as well. And then I hope everybody's in the chat. Hope you have a good day. Tomorrow you're gonna do the Sixers Celtics.
No, I can't do 6 and Celtic because I'll be on stream. So I can't.
Okay.
Sunday's a stack day for me because
It's
it's
early tip off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 8 p.m. If I could, I would, but I'll be on.
Yeah, I forgot you got the show
at like 9 p.m. So yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, so yeah, people, make sure you just check out the schedule, and yeah, man, just like before you leave the streaming.
Right, but yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. Prime, I'll probably shout you about that then. Surfer, what are you saying? Anything you want to add before we close?
No, I'm just glad the season's over. That's all it is.
It's not over yet. It's not over quite yet.
The season is over though.
You know what's going to be crazy is this show over the summer, because our 3 clubs are going to get linked with so many players. It's going to be so much information.
I need a manager first for that.
Yeah, and managers as well.
Director.
I have a bad feeling we're gonna break the record that we already broke before. The all the manager. Oh my god! I hate this club, man.
Go on.
That'd be. I can guarantee at least every other week, one of us will be ranting about something.
Oh yeah, 100%. One of us wanted and definitely. There's going to be either a big signing at one of our clubs, or there'll be big links to a big player at one of our clubs, and that's going to be the main talking point.
It'd be Jez when they appoint Les Ferdinand sporting director and hire Mason.
Ryan Mason. If that's Mason, I'll be honest. It is what it is.
Just bring back
what it is.
Bring back. You know what? Bring back. You just bring back Harry Redknapp. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Bring back Harry Redknapp.
Bring back Big Harry, man.
That's my dog. Harry Redknapp, Nico Crancher, you know what I'm saying? Pedro Mendes. Yeah, man, just run it back. All right, cool. Love to everyone that's locked in. We're back. We're back I was gonna say tomorrow, but it's technically today. Back today, Thursday on the Twitch for the Arsenal Brighton game. So watch along over on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Download the app for free. Sign up for free because you don't get the same content on the YouTube as you do on the Twitch. So if you're a Sarcasm City TV fan, which all of you lot are, I know because that's why you're here. I'm nearly 2 hours into the stream. Go make sure you follow the Twitch. Make an account, follow, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. So 4:30 p.m. UK time, that's the Arsenal Brighton game. And then we're back here on the YouTube for the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we'll be answering all your sporting questions. And then next week, obviously, you got Premier League watch-alongs over there, Champions League semi-finals, NBA, both Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals as well. So yeah, man, just love to everyone who's locked in. This has been the Manchester United, Chelsea Spurs show, Manchester United, Ballers at the Bridge, talking that Tottenham Talk podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.